my god. Soy dog? That timing was unbelievable. Dude. Can you chill out? I'm trying to stream over here. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, YouTube, Twitch. Soy Dog wanted to say hello before I could introduce the stream, but you all know why you're here. You know what we're doing. Pulling Twitch up on my phone, as usual, so that I can manage that chat. Okay. We have been playing a lot of DS2 lately. I feel like DS2 has reignited my passion for gaming. It's reignited my passion for streaming. Oh, we only have one bonfire aesthetic? I had an idea with bonfire aesthetics. I'm actually kind of very disappointed and upset that we only have one, because I've got an idea, a couple ideas, which requires two bonfire aesthetics. Because I was doing some research. You don't sell any. No, you don't sell any. Useless. I know somebody sells some. I had a couple ideas, and I don't want to. Yeah, you sell one. Thank you. What's your name? Chloanne. I was about to say Catalina. The Catalina wine mixer. What is it? You can't say the F word. You can't say a bad word within like 4 minutes of the stream in order for it to get unmonetized. Not exactly worried about that. But, you know, one day, someday we might get big. Who knows? But yeah, no, I had an idea, a couple ideas that I was mentioning and I was discussing with you. You'll probably be able to tell based on which bosses I'm going for right now, what I'm trying to do. But let's just say I am preparing for a couple of key areas. Oh my god, did that not? Okay, yeah, it did. I was gonna say, I didn't see the fog wall, but it's because the door's over there, and I was about to be really upset thinking that we used the aesthetic on the wrong bonfire, which would have been so unbelievably irritating. We would have had to go get another aesthetic from somewhere. I don't know where. But oh, there's a summon sign. Who could possibly be wanting to fight this with us? Master someone. I didn't read that. Masterless Glencore. All right, let's see what you got. Let's see what you got, yo. Dragon Rider is completely helpless against us because we have the 100% physical block with our shield. Who are you, sir? We didn't need a summon because it's Dragon Rider. I mean, it's Dark Souls 2. You don't need anything. I mean, except for, I guess, decent stats and gear and whatever to be successful in this game. As we learned 2 episodes ago when I was struggling with the Rotten and everything else. And I was just completely useless. I had my build was not in a good place. But then at the end of that stream, we got really good. But yeah, let's just say right now I'm preparing for a certain area that we are very close to, imminently. It's imminent. And we need this Dragon Rider soul. We also, I want to have this next one, the next aesthetic is going to be a little more for fashion. Ratjar says, what are you grinding for? I'm not grinding. But I am collecting a couple of what will be very useful very useful things. You'll see what I'm talking about. You'll see what I'm talking about. I think this one here is the correct bonfire. I think. Sinner's Rise, right? What? Nullify human effigy effect? Oh. I was pressing the wrong thing. What? What? Okay. I don't know why you would nullify human effigy's effect. I don't know what that does. Why wouldn't, like, does that mean, is that essentially like the equivalent of just dying? Question mark? I don't get it. But yeah, no, there's a couple things. I was doing some research and I realized there's a few things, well, mainly just this one here specifically, that you can only get in New Game Plus. And I want it. That's really all there is to be said. I want it. It's not specifically like a mandatory thing. It's more of like a style thing. And it's also going to help us be a little more effective. We're not grinding. We're just getting some gubbins. And what I'm about to equip is probably going to clue you into what I'm doing here. What's our equip burden at? 99.2? Yeah, okay. Hell yeah, we want Lucatiel. Of course. My girl. Dude, it's the waifu of Dark Souls 2. Except actually the real waifu of Dark Souls 2. We all know who that is. Can you get out of my way? But I would say Mira is actually a close second. If not, maybe just straight up tied for best waifu. Look at this New Game Plus enemy. You can tell because they're red. And the great thing about these guys that are just like the powder, they explode into powder, is they don't die. They keep... We're gonna get our boy here too, whoever the hell that is. I wonder if there's like a third summon that you can get around here. There probably is. Because you know you can have 3 summons. Yeah, look at these men. Look at these men up here. This is what I was mentioning too. On New Game Plus, you get these guys, right? I don't remember them being red, but I guess all the enemies that they add to New Game Plus are red. And maybe that's how you tell that they're New Game Plus enemies. I don't know. I don't really remember. But yeah, but we're really, we're at the point in this build. Oh God, can you get out of the way? You're like my dog. You stand in the way of everything. Hello? He got the idea. Can you get the idea? Can you? I think we've reached an impasse. Wow. Get, dude. This is really special. This is really special. You'd think there would be some kind of command that you could use for your NPCs to get out of the way, but apparently not. Because this is 10 years ago, Dark Souls 2. I don't know if they ever actually added anything like that or to future titles, or if the AI just got way smarter. But I don't remember that being such a significant problem in future titles. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. But yeah, I was doing some research and I just wanted to spice this build up a little bit. And I noticed we're already pretty much where we need to be with all of the most important stuff. And I was like, you know, we could use a little something. Can you get out of the way, please? We don't need this boss to be any harder than it has to be, am I right? So yeah, I'm doing something special. You know, it's not going to take super long. Oh my God. Oh my God. Lewitt, move, please. Please get out of the way. I mean, I guess rolling into them is their cue. Wow, that was irritating, wasn't it? But you may remember in my Dark Souls 1 stream, there was a few items that well, I don't know. There was a couple things I got that weren't completely necessary for the build, but they really helped out the build and they were nice to have. It was almost like, you know, it's almost like the icing on top of the cake. And we're just at that point where we can start worrying about icing, you know? For a while, we didn't have the cake. We had nothing. But now we're spoiled, right? We're a big Havel boy. And it's just like, what can we do to make this build that much cooler, you know? Increase function, increase fashion. And that's what we're doing right now, you know? The Sinner's being really annoying right now, by the way. He's just dodging every which way. I also thought there were pyromancers. Maybe they come out a little later in this fight. He is wrecking my... Oh, yeah. There they... Speaking of, he is wrecking my summons. Which kind of sucks. Let's see. No! Wow, you'd think Lewitt would have been the one to go second, but that's what you get for having 2 shields, I suppose. Also, our damage kind of sucks because we've got 2 summons. Oh, I guess we can just... Oh my god! What the... Sinner's gonna kill me! Wow. Look at you. Look at you. You little bastard. There we go. Oh my god. I can't believe it. Lucatiel's... Oh, just kidding. I was going to say Lucatiel's still alive. Not anymore. But it shouldn't be too bad to just cheese this boy at this point in the game. Right? Not a whole lot he can do as long as we don't get too greedy. As long as we don't get greedy. I don't know if the summons actually make this fight easier. They might make it harder because your damage is significantly lower. Whoa! Wow! Man! Dude, Sinner's not playing around. Holy crap. That attack, I'm gonna watch out for that. That was crazy. Havel build. Maybe not ideal for Sinner. Ooh, god. I can't believe I had the iframes for that. That definitely looked like it was about to kill me. Oh, shoot. Wow, I can't believe that just happened. I kind of want to try it without the summons and just see what kind of damage we do. Because that damage was pretty pathetic. The pyromancers are definitely going to make life harder without summons, but I want to try it. I want to see what it looks like. Oh shoot, I had a bunch of souls too. That sucks. That actually really sucks. I don't want to lose those. New Game Plus. Not exactly easy. At least not right now. When you actually get to New Game Plus, I think you're normally at a level where life is a lot easier in these kind of games, you know. Only 8 life gems. That's really not ideal. Yeah, I'm gonna try it like this and just see what happens. All right, last rating. Okay. We'll send this back up so that we don't have to do what we just did. Oh boy. Yeah, this part is truly perilous though. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Wow. Wow. Oh, and we got a fiery boy behind us. I have a feeling that if my greatsword scaled S with strength, we would be just chilling right now, but my I still you might remember from my last stream, I still am missing a singular chunk. Yeah, look at that, 30 something thousand. Oh, these are still lit. That's nice. You don't have to relight them. Okay, Sinner, I'm just trying to figure something out right now. Can you chill? 420, blaze it. That's actually not. That damage differential doesn't seem super correct. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe it's worth it to not have the summons, or maybe just to have like Luke and Teal. Because what's his face like can't even survive the fight apparently, with 2 shields and fat armor. Like what? What? I think my issue last time was I was staying a little too far away from Sinner, which I'm doing right now because I would really like to just kill his pyromancers. Ooh, oh, yep, there we go. Don't roll out of the way, just let me kill you, thank you. Oof, oof. Now, of course, it's gonna be difficult to get in a spot where I can heal, because as you know, my adaptability is super low, so my agility is super low, so my heal takes 1.5 seconds, I think. It's really bad. It's like slow as all hell. And I don't really want them right next to each other to kill this pyromancer. Uh-oh! Wow, Sinner. That was fascinating. That was kind of smart. It's not the worst boss. It's not the worst boss. I would say it's a decent challenge. It's actually probably one of the better fights in this game. His moveset is kind of weird and janky, but it almost seems like it's kind of supposed to be like that. Almost like a Hyde Knight kind of boss. But the Hyde Knights are not nearly as good a fight as the Sinner. The Hyde Knights are actually super jank. Okay. Yeah, apparently no summons is the way to do this. I like summons, but they actually seemed like they made this fight harder. Xbox has told me that I've earned rewards by playing video games. That's amazing. Can you give me an opening, Sinner? Give me a nice, solid opening like that. Do that. Do that like 10 more times. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, keep doing that. Keep doing that kind of thing. Yep. No 3-hit combo, just like one very easily dodgeable attack. Or easily blockable that doesn't drain my entire stamina bar. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm, see, we can do this if we work together. You and I. It takes 2 to tango. Another thing that's kind of nice, I can actually kind of get out of the way of his attacks and then also follow up with the block if I need to, which is super cool. Ratchar says, this boss is very weird to me, but I guess it's better than Bed of Chaos. Oh my god. Is it better than Bed of... Yes. Yes, it's better than... Dude, that would be a hot take. That's also a lot of souls I just got for that. Wow, I wasn't quite expecting that. Ratchar says, just hard to believe that this got designed after DS1 Artorias. I mean, you're comparing... Artorias is like the best. He's one of the best fights. He's probably the best boss in DS1. Because he's kind of like a DS3 boss, you know? And also, I mean, this game, to be fair, this game was made by the B team. And like, you can tell from Soft's real talent, like their real resources went towards Bloodborne, right? So I mean, but yeah, I mean, this is obviously every boss in this game is like a step backwards compared to the best bosses in DS1. Like DS1, I'm thinking about bad bosses now. Now you've got me thinking about it. Because obviously, like, Bed of Chaos is awful. It's like one of the worst bosses of all time. Like, of all time, you know? Not just in Dark Souls. It's like horrible, horrible fight. There you are. But other than that, I mean, in terms of weak fights in DS1, like, Ceaseless Discharge is absolutely atrocious. It's basically old Iron King, right, in this game, except honestly Iron King might be better. Ceaseless Discharge is one of the most pathetic fights, and I think the only thing that makes it not, you know, redeemable is that it's not hard. You know, you can just cheese it in 2 seconds. So that, and I think I mentioned this the other day, like, as long as it's not difficult, then a bad boss, I think, is somewhat forgivable. But if it's bad and it's also difficult, like Bed of Chaos, it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's difficult for the absolute wrong reasons. What other bosses in Dark Souls 1 suck? Capra Demon sucks. That fight just sucks because of the arena, though. Right? And you just get jumped by those stupid dogs in the beginning. But then, I mean, you learn how the fight works, and you just do plunging attacks, and it's, like, basically over. Other than those, though, I mean, most of the bosses in Dark Souls 1 are pretty solid. Like, obviously, fighting Asylum Demon multiple times is not ideal, with different variations. But I mean, as we know, future Souls games do that too. And they make those bosses into just normal enemies later in the game. Like, that's not, I don't think that's that bad. I think Elden Ring honestly gets to the point where it's really obnoxious. I think but that's just because Elden Ring goes on for so long. And there's like a million bosses, and so many of them get repeated or turned into normal enemies. It gets like a little too, starts to feel like really repetitive. But yeah, I can't really think of any other bosses in Dark Souls 1 that are particularly bad. Nito's a very easy fight, but I don't think it's a bad boss. Okay, Soul of Lost Sinner, we're just gonna crack it because we don't care. We got the things that we needed. Wow, we have 3 branches of yore? Huh. We're just starting to get stuff all over the place, but again, I think we've got everything we need now. Except for the stats required, of course. But yeah, this bow, I didn't realize it took 18 dex. That sucks. That actually sucks. And we also need an attunement slot too.
Seek lest this.
Ratjar says some of DS1 bosses are bad, but they have more intention behind them, in my opinion. Capra Demon fight is good, actually. Whatever you say, dude. Yeah, you might be right. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Capra was intended to be fought, like, I don't know. Maybe it was intended for that kind of, I don't know. I think that fight is not good. And I don't think most people think that fight is good. But, you know, I've been wrong before. Let me see here. What would be really nice, actually, at this point is if we could get that gosh darn dragon ring, 3rd dragon ring, which I don't remember where to find that. And then we could actually be sitting pretty. And we could either swap out protection or ring of restoration. I'm trying to get Dragon Rider bow ready for that one area of this game. Let me see. Yeah, whatever. That's basically nothing. That's basically free. And then We still can't reinforce anything. But we can reinforce Dragon Rider Bow. And we're not using these petrified dragon bones for anything else, so... yeah, look at that. Look at that. Epic. Epic. That's going to be a lot of damage. It's going to be a lot of damage. And all we need for it is wooden arrows. That's all we need. But I'll tell you what we do have enough. What we do have enough gubbins for is this bad boy. That is going to be so sick. It's not particularly good. Like, let's see, we're at 515, and now we're at, wait a minute. Did it do anything? It definitely did something, but it looks cool, and that is half of this game. Am I right? I love weapon buffs. I always slap one on. Capra is supposed to teach you to approach the game differently, more cautiously. The illusory wall video on Capra Demon is really good. He explains all the creative approaches the developers intended for the fight, says Ratjar. All right, maybe I'll watch that. I don't know. I always thought that fight sucked. But, I mean, like, because, like, really, for me, it's just about, that fight is just about killing the dogs as fast as you can. Because you're probably going to die, more than likely, the first time that you enter the arena, and you've never fought Capra, right? You're probably going to die. Because you get swarmed by 3 enemies, you know? And it's super, super tight. So the odds of you being able to dodge out of the way or block or whatever you need to do are pretty slim. I don't remember if I can get to Aldia's Keep now, or if that's something that kind of happens after I go to the castle. I don't remember the order of operations in Dark Souls 2. It's too difficult. There's too many things. But yeah, no, Capra, like, you end up, you're probably going to die the first time you walk in, just because you have no idea what to expect. Ah, the symbol of the king. I think you get that from the castle, or from Velstad or something. Or like, because it's a ring, isn't it? Sun Seal. Yeah, I'm almost positive I don't have it. And I think to get to the castle, you just have to beat the bosses that we already beat. So we're good, we're good. But yeah, you'll die almost certainly the first time you go in, which I always think is kind of bull when, I mean, it's fine, like, because ambushes are a thing, you know? And I wouldn't want, like, games to just get rid of those kind of things, because they can be fun and cool. But you're almost certainly going to die the first time. And then you learn that if you run up that little path, that, like, the stairs, that's actually probably the best way to get the dogs to follow you and kill them up there instead of trying to kill them on the ground. And then it's just a matter of climbing the stairs and ground pounding Capra over and over until he dies, which you don't necessarily have to do, but it's just the easiest way to fight that boss. And hold up your shield. I mean, I don't know. I feel like that fight kind of encourages you to learn how to cheese more than anything. But, yeah, okay, we're good here. But maybe I'll watch that illusory wall video and see what kind of argument they make for it. It's also kind of an ugly arena. Like, and maybe that's just more of a comment on that area in general. I think the textures look kind of bad. Ratjar says, it's not a perfect fight, but encourages you to be creative. Some gamers can't handle that, not naming any names here. You're not referring to yours truly, I'm assuming. See, I don't know. I think maybe it depends on your definition of creative. Because, like, I really I don't see a whole lot of ways to approach that fight effectively. I think the main one is just kind of cheesing it using the stairs and the ledge, you know? Maybe, I mean, which, I don't know. I mean, maybe, unless you're looking up a guide or something, maybe it does require some level of creativity to you know, to do, like, the trial and error required to learn that, you know? I guess I could see that. But I definitely would consider it one of the weakest boss fights of the game. That and the repeated Asylum Demons, the Bed of Chaos, obviously, and maybe Ceaseless Discharge. Oh, and dude, the oh my God, the other one in Los Izalith, the freaking, I didn't even remember, and I don't remember what it's called either. That's like the lizard with multiple heads, like the demon lizard with multiple heads, or I don't know how to describe it even. It's an abomination. That fight is awful. God, I wish I could remember the name of it. It's the one that gives you the like magma ring or the lava ring or whatever, which lets you walk on
this
lava.
castle is isolated, but nonetheless to bring an end.
Like, I think all those fights that I just listed are pretty much as bad as most of the, like, shitty bosses in DS2. I don't remember how we got on this subject. I don't really know what to do with you boys. Yeah, I don't really want to fight you. Not doing a whole lot of damage to those guys. But then you get to Dark Souls 3. This might be a hot take, I don't know, but I don't think Dark Souls 3 has a single bad boss. I think they're all good. Even the ones that are considered bad in Dark Souls 3, like, the only one I can really think of that people would maybe consider bad is the Deacons, right? But even that fight, as far as gimmick fights go, I actually think it's fine. I think it's a fun gimmick fight. Like fighting, obviously, like fighting Centipede Demon. Thank you. That was the one I was trying to think of from Dark Souls 1. That fight is atrocious. I hate that fight. Again, it's not hard, but you can die to just like I feel like the most random attacks in that fight, and it's the model on that enemy is so bizarre. How do I talk to the ghost man? Oh, do I need the? Oh, okay, there we go.
His Highness.
Like, it's hard to even see what that boss is doing because the camera doesn't really cooperate in that fight because the boss is too large and oddly shaped, so it's difficult to tell what it's about to do. Dude. The only thing I like about that fight, I think, is probably that, and the lava arena is super cheesy, so you have to bring it over to, like, a little area to fight it, which always annoys me. The only thing I think I probably like about that fight, though, is that you can cut the heads off. I love it when bosses have that level of, like, interaction where you can, like, actually have an effect on specific, like, body parts and stuff. I think that's cool. Oh, what do you sell? Yeah, I don't care about any of these things. Now this, pretty sure we're about to fight two pursuers, which is really stupid. I think I like to think that pursuer is like the same dude chasing you over and over. Oh no, maybe that's only New Game Plus, actually. And it gives you like Ring of Blades +1 or something when you kill them. Ratcher has a lot of thoughts about this. My issue with DS2 bosses is the hitboxes can be really messed up, says Ratcher. Yes, that is one of the most pervasive problems in DS2 for sure. It's just jank. And hitboxes are a big part of the jank in this game. And then, let me see. Ratjar also says, DS3 Skeleton King fight where you attack the bracelets was disappointing for me. He looks so cool. His fight's really boring. Yeah, no, again, it's a gimmick fight. But again, like, in terms of gimmick fights go, I don't think it's a bad fight, you know? And I'm biased for DS3 because it's like one of my favorite games of all time. I think it's the best Souls game. But again, compared to like, it's all relative, right? When we're talking about like bad bosses. And I just think that the quote unquote bad bosses that we've seen up to that point, from DS1 and DS2 are so atrocious that Skeleton King is actually, relatively speaking, a good fight. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, let's be real, DS2 has 50 bosses or something silly like that, and I would say a solid 50% of them are either like uneventful, boring, or like bad. You know? I think there's some like pretty cool fights in DS2, but most of the boss fights in this game are pretty underwhelming. And then Dark Souls 1, I would say most of the boss fights are good, but then it's got some that are absolutely atrocious. You know what I'm saying? Like DS2 level bad. And in some cases, like worse. I think Bed of Chaos is the worst boss. Like one of the worst bosses of all time. I think it by far worse than anything you're gonna fight in DS2. So then when we're talking about DS3, like when we're comparing it to like, you know, the worst that we've actually seen in the other games, I don't think any DS3 boss comes even close to being that bad. Ratcher says, tail cuts in DS1 were awesome. They messed up by not having them in later games. Yeah, I 100% agree. I think tail cuts are great. They add a whole nother dimension to the fight, and they make it so that you actually have a different goal than just killing the boss, which is really fun and cool, right, in my opinion. But what was I going to say? I was going to say something about Deacons, because I think Deacons is probably considered the weakest boss in Dark Souls 3. And I think that the reason it's probably considered weak is because it's a gimmick fight with a big crowd of people. And as we know, pretty much every fight that's just a big crowd of people in Dark Souls games are considered poor. They're considered like the weakest boss fights, right? Obviously looking at Dark Souls 2, because I think up to that point, like Dark Souls 2 is really the only game where we've had big crowds of people as a boss fight. You know, I don't really think Dark Souls 1 did that. And but the thing about Deacons that I think kind of saves it, there's a few things. The gimmick is actually kind of interesting, where you're going for the specific dude who has the red like energy or whatever, and the other deacons are surrounding that enemy and protecting him, and they're not overly aggressive. It feels like you're fighting like a collective consciousness. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to just a bunch of separate enemies. And I think that kind of saves the fight. It makes it a little bit more interesting. Ratcher says, Deacons is much better than the DS2 crowd fights. Yeah, exactly. I think, and again, when you mentioned like intentionality in boss fights, like Deacons actually feels like there's a vision for that boss fight, instead of just throwing a bunch of random enemies in a room and like calling it a boss fight. Like DS2, I mean, again, this game is quantity over quality, right? You can tell a lot of this was thrown together without a whole lot of thought being put into it. And I don't necessarily like hate DS2 for that reason. I think it's fine to just have sometimes to just have a longer game that's not as good, because I still have fun with it, you know. I think there's other things about the Dark Souls games that can be fun, even if you're missing some of like what most people would call the really important things that make Dark Souls good, you know. I think good boss fights are a staple of Dark Souls games, but DS2 I think it can still be fun, even though most of the bosses are weak. Most of the boss fights are weak. I think it can still be fun because it's got other things that draw me in. For me, like, if a game has a fun progression system and a fun way to like build your character, a lot of the time that's all it takes for me, you know. And I don't have, I'm like, I don't have the highest like threshold for like what can get me hooked on a game, you know. So so for me, I don't necessarily mind that, and I can have fun with DS2, even though, like, you saw my second episode of this stream, it can be absolutely infuriating in the earlier parts of the game where you're just not as strong. Ratcher says, Deacons also thematically builds up to the fight with Aldrich. It's anticlimactic, but pairs with the story. You explored all this way to find that Aldrich isn't there. Yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, you know me, I don't like, I don't really follow story stuff in these games as closely, so I don't even remember that, but I mean, I do think like if you're, even without like knowing a whole lot about the story, the Deacons like felt appropriate to the area and the atmosphere too. I'm not gonna fight all these guys. I'm running. You gotta know when to just tuck tail, you know? Sometimes that's the bravest thing one can do, to know when to run. Because there's another bonfire right here, and I don't want to fight all these boys. I want to just get that bonfire, and then maybe I'll consider fighting them. Oh my god. These statues, man. These statues. This is probably one of the cooler parts of DS2 though. Classic castle setting. I mean, come on. Dark fantasy vibes. Ratcher says, just trust me that it fits, lol. Yeah, no, trust me, I'm 100% taking your word for it. Maybe I'll watch a Vati video at some point about it. Because you know I'd be blowing through these games. No time for story here. And also, like, that's part of just like how I am as a gamer. I kind of shut my brain off when I'm gaming a lot of the time. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, and actually though, speaking of like the, you know, the story, I actually liked that twist in Dark Souls 2 as well, though, when you actually get to Vendrick and you see he's just like a shambling hollow. I actually thought that was really effective. I thought that was super cool. Maybe, actually probably like the coolest part story-wise in Dark Souls 2 for me. Very much subverted my expectations. Oh boy, that sword, that flame burge just fell out of the sky. I don't remember how we got on the topic. I feel like I was talking about something else, and then we started talking about bosses. Why were we talking about bosses? Sometimes I have to rewatch my stream to figure out like the narrative thread of what I was talking about before I get distracted on another topic. I don't think I rested here either. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Oh, I'm not even using my flame weapon. Shame. I'm definitely going to use it for Dragon Riders, though. Also... Heyo. Boom. Ugh. I forgot to check if I'm human. I'm not. I'm not human. Let's do that. I'm hearing a lot of handling noise on this microphone right now. I need to readjust all my... I've got all this crap on me, like all these cables and stuff. Ratcher says, think of it this way. The deacons are guarding an empty tomb. Why would an epic badass monster guard an empty tomb? Lost Sinner got us on the topic of bosses. Yeah, why was I talking... What was I saying? We were talking about Lost Sinner. Yeah, because I was talking about how he's like janky, but he feels a lot more intentional than the Hyde Knights. Because he kind of reminds me of the Hyde Knights. Because of like the weird ways he moves. And then we started talking about like weak bosses, strong bosses. Yeah. Okay. I was just trying to remember if I was talking about if I had like a point. Because sometimes, you know, I'm like, I'm building up to a point. And sometimes I'm just rambling. Yeah, so this lady, the queen, who of course we learn is Nashandra? Nashandra? It's the last boss. Am I crazy? It's Nashandra, right? Yeah, we got a summon. It's probably Mira. Nope, it's Pilgrim Belclair. Just who I wanted to meet is Pilgrim Belclair. Awesome. That's so awesome. And I'm actually noticing this gladiatorial arena right there. Is that? That's not where you fight. What is that? Did I just come from that? This camera's not really cooperating right now. I'm really curious actually right now as to what that arena is. Is that where like the paintings were? I can't get a good look at any of this geometry. And now I'm seeing out a little past that. Is that Mere Knight over there? No. That's the gate that I came through way out in the distance when I was coming up, like the elephant boys are over there. Yeah. Well, what is this gladiatorial arena? Is that like the entrance? Huh. This castle's kind of cool. It's a really big castle. Obviously reminiscent of New Londo or Anne Orlando. Yeah, Anne Orlando. All right. Well, speaking of really good boss fights, let's see what we have in store. Oh my god! Also, narratively speaking, I actually was pretty I thought this was actually kind of a crazy twist here. Just when you thought you had taken care of the Dragon Rider, one of the coolest characters in Dark Souls 2, and then you come to find that there's 2 more Dragon Riders? What? Absolutely blown away by this. The first time I played Dark Souls, this is probably a bigger twist than Vendrick now that I think about it, honestly. I mean, dude, who would have thunk it? And this one Dragon Rider, he's like super weak, but it makes sense because he's an archer. So that just makes, it's like coming full circle about the like intentionality of these bosses. Look at these massive chunks I'm taking out of him. It's so cool, dude. This is like peak Dark Souls boss right here. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Oh my god, and my summon killed the other one, Pilgrim Belclair. There's nothing like fighting the twin Dragon Riders alongside my best friend, Pilgrim Belclair, one of the coolest NPCs. That was dope. Tell me that's not one of the dopest boss fights. Yeah, Ratjar, 2 Dragon Riders. I know, dude. I tell you, I could not believe that the first time I played. I mean, I was absolutely shocked that Dark Souls, that FromSoft would do this to us in Dark Souls 2. They would have us fight Dragon Rider at the start of the game. You think you're done with him. Just when you think you're done with him, boom, 2 more. I'm not listening to anything this man's saying. But this land is a right mess. When you've got 2 Dragon Riders, you know this land is a right mess. Oh my god, that was really exciting. Okay, so we almost have enough decks where we can equip that one bow that I was talking about. And we might even have enough left over. Dragon Rider Soul. I wonder if we can get another. Is that soul the same? Am I dumb? Did I use a spice on Dragon Rider when I could have just used this one that I was about to get 2 seconds later? I don't know. It seems like it's the same soul to me. Same soul, different Dragon Rider. Ratchar says, the twist is they made the same mistake twice. Well, and you could say, because there's actually 2 Dragon Riders this time, that they've made the same mistake thrice. Because that's a total of 3 Dragon Riders. Okay. I think, what was it, 18 decks? Oh my god. It was 18 decks to use that thing, wasn't it? Whatever, not a huge deal. We're about to fight Looking Glass Knight, so it's fine. It's fine. And then we still have to get through. Oh no, we're actually going to be at Aldia's. Not Aldia's. Amana, Shrine of Amana. So we can use the souls from Looking Glass to get, to be able to use the bow, and then we can get the, enough vitality to hold the bow, and then it's gonna be super cool because we're gonna have the doggo. I guess I have to go the other way. All right, never mind. If we get enough vitality, we can hold the bow at all times, and that's going to be super cool to be able to swap between that and the sword. And we are also going to have flame weapon. It's just going to be so cool. It is going to be so cool. Alrighty. Yeah, and this is also not the right way. How stupid of me. How could I be so dumb? That's actually the way. That's the amazing Dark Souls 2 level design where you can actually open that from the other side and come around that way, and you loop, get this, you loop back around to the bonfire. Because Dark Souls 2 is like super innovative like that. It's just pushing the envelope. DS2, I'm telling you, it's pushing the envelope of gaming. And I don't think any game since Dark Souls 2 has tried so many things to push the envelope, you know, and make us think about what games are, right? What's their purpose? How do we play games? You know, really getting into like the psyche of the gamer, what it means to be a gamer in modern society. It's actually a commentary on capitalism and the, you know, how much is too much, and can we ever really be happy? There's a lot going on if you think about it, philosophically, psychologically, you know, going on here in Dark Souls 2. I don't remember what this does. It does something important, though. Oh, does it give us... Yeah, it brought that down. Okay, cool. That's going to be super helpful later, trust me. I think the key that we need is actually up there. Smack and chess. I was when I was doing some research, I discovered old Nighthammer. Actually, want to look at that. I discovered that there actually is mimics starting here, this late in the game, which is crazy. That they would like, again, just like subvert our expectations. And I'm probably still gonna run into it because it's a wooden chest, and I don't like to hit those because they break. So that's actually a reason not to smack chests. Really smart. Again, another really smart idea. Raptor says DS2, they tried a lot of things. Yeah, that's another motto. That's another motto for DS2. They tried a lot of things. And you know what? I appreciate it for that. I think that DS2 really pushed Dark Souls in a whole new direction. It showed us what a Dark Souls game is capable of being if we put our minds to it, you know? Wow, this is, oh, it's Sellsword. It's Lewitt. We've got Lewitt again. I wonder if he lives here. I wonder if this is his home. Lewitt is one of those like knights that fight, you know, one of the like gladiator, what do you call them? Those like show knights that they like, they do like jousting and stuff like that. And he's here for like the king's entertainment, right? And he's also like the bodyguard of the king. Lewitt has a rich backstory. Trust me. What did I just get? Reduced damage taken from behind. Oh my god, that's amazing. That's actually perfect for PvP and probably not super useful for PvE. Thank you. No! Your task is not completed. I did not release Lewitt. Lewitt has sullied the name of knighthood. Bro, I'm gonna kill you. Oh my god, that just Dark Souls 2. That's why they call it Dark Souls 2, because there's at least 2 of everything. 2 Dark Souls. How could there be? How could there be? Yeah, you can see all these messages here. Is there any visual indicator? Are those the teeth? It's kind of low res, I can't really tell. I think you can see the little white teeth. It's so subtle, it really just looks like a normal chest. Like in Dark Souls 1, there was the, I wonder if he's weak to fire. I think there was like little tails on the mimics. Oh my god, I almost thought it was just a normal chest. I almost thought it was a normal chest, but it was just showing you how much health it had before you broke it. I got really scared for a second. But another thing that I noticed about Dark Souls 2, and I actually don't hate this either. I wonder if this is a mimic. No, it's not. I don't know if the mimics can be metal. I don't remember. But so in another episode, and I was just watching this, I was testing the damage numbers for this greatsword, right? Because strength weapons, I think in every other Dark Souls game, I'm pretty sure when you two-hand it does more damage, and it also cuts the stat requirement in half, so you don't need, or like close to in half or something, so that you don't need as much strength to wield it effectively. I was doing a little googly because I was trying to figure out what was going on, because it didn't seem like I was doing any more damage when I two-handed versus just one-handed. And upon further inspection, Dark Souls 2 actually doesn't, oh, it's one of the Elan Knights. It does not increase your damage for strength weapons if you two-hand it. It just cuts the stat requirement in half. Oh, it's a gargoyle too. Oh my god. This is a real throwback. I guess not if you fought the gargoyle boss earlier in the game that's hidden, that we didn't bother with, because I don't know how to get to it, I don't remember. I think it's an illusory wall. But yeah, Dark Souls 2 was like, nah, bro. You can one-hand and you'll do the same damage. The only reason that a two-handed attack would do more damage in Dark Souls 2 with a strength weapon is because the move set is a little different when it's two-handed. But it's not actually anything to do with the fact that you're two-handing. It's not giving you like a damage bonus. Kind of interesting. And also, I'm kind of for it. I'm okay with that because it gives you more incentive to play with a shield as a strength build. Because you're not getting you're not getting any kind of buff damage-wise for two-handing it, for two-handing your strength weapon. So it's like you might as well either put another weapon in that other hand and power stance, which is super cool that Dark Souls did that, by the way. Thank you, Dark Souls 2. Another amazing innovation that this game made. Or you might as well put a shield in your other hand. So I thought that was cool. Also, something that I just thought about, if they do have mimics that are metal chests, those mimics should have like twice the health because they're made of metal. Which now come to think of it, maybe they're not made of metal because they're mimics. So maybe they're not actually made out of the substance that they look like they're made out of. Interesting thoughts. I have thoughts about these things. Okay, so classic Dark Souls 2 returning. This is what we love about Dark Souls 2. It tries lots of new things, but then it also circles back to the things that make Dark Souls great. And speaking of circling back, look at what we've just done, everybody. Look at that. Perfect circle. Right back. What's this bonfire? Is this new? No, it's not new. It's actually the bonfire that I ran into earlier, and I came out here and I said, oh, this isn't where I go. This is actually where you come out of when you circle back. And look at that now. We've circled back. Alon Knight is back up there. This is good stuff. You know, this is what games are, what dreams are made of right here. Dark Souls 2. So, yeah, no, this game is amazing. This is an absolute goat. This is a goat. Yeah, and then this is maybe the longest lift we've seen up to this point in the series, question mark. Maybe the longest lift in the entire franchise, in any game, possibly. What could possibly be at the top of this lift? It's really long, so it must be like important, you know? And it probably is. There's probably like a story thing going on for why we run into this weirdo that we're about to run into. This is really weird. I don't remember what this. I don't get it. I don't remember what the. I don't know what. Who is this? This poor. This poor soul that's trapped in here. There's a woman in there. The princess. I'm assuming we're saving the princess at the top of the tower, but I don't know why she's guarded by this strange BDSM creature that seems to be trapped here for all of eternity, that you need to shove your key into his face to unlock it. I don't get it. I don't understand. Maybe it's a cultural thing I'm just not putting together. I don't get it. I'll have to watch a Vati video on because it's not this key. What does it say? Key of the no key to the embedded. That is very disturbing. But we have the key that we need to now move in the direction that we need to move. And that's really what matters. Oh, also, I think I was reading that adaptability, all these things I'm learning in this, it's amazing. There's so many things to learn. I think adaptability also increases the speed at which you block, at which you hold up your shield. It's just another one of those things. And I was reading that you want your agility to be 100. That's like kind of the sweet spot. And currently, as you can see, our agility is 86 agility. Ease of evasion and other actions. And agility is what gets increased as you increase not only adaptability, but also attunement as well, to a much lesser extent. Fun facts. Fun facts. And as you can see, I put 5 levels into attunement, and before I was at 85, I'm pretty sure, agility, and now I'm at 86. So there you go. So by the time I get to 30 attunement, which, who knows, we're probably not going to bother going that high. But if you want to do like a dark build or something and use like the hexes and stuff, apparently 30 attunement, I was also reading, is it's a nice place to be at. Because I guess you get lots of slots. It's good bang for buck, right? Before the classic Dark Souls diminishing returns kicks in, and you're not getting very much for your cash after that. So that's nice. Oh, am I getting hit from the side? What was that an arrow that came from the right? It really looked like it, didn't it? These guys are kind of cool. They look to me like they're wearing like gas masks, but they're actually like chariot horse heads, I guess. Didn't it look like there was an arrow that came from the right, from that direction? Interesting. And these guys drop 1,000 souls, which is pretty good. That makes them probably the best farming spot that we've found. Twinkling, that's super helpful. Ooh, there's 2 summon signs. Dude, you know we're getting Ash Knight Boyd or whatever his name was. That was amazing. Ashen Knight Boyd, and then also Benhart of Hugo, whatever that is. I go where'd you go? And we've actually met him before. I think he and Mira are the only NPC summons that we've actually met in the game so far. And the other ones have been kind of, have seemed a little random, to be honest. I don't know who Ash Knight Boyd is, and I don't care. I like that he's down for killing the Mirror Knight. The Mirror Knight must have done something horrible to his family. And now he's eternally summonable to kill the Mirror Knight. Also, Mirror Knight, one of the most effective shield-using bosses in the series. Probably the most effective shield user, actually. Because, I mean, you'll notice, if you hit that shield, you just bounce straight off of it. This is probably the best boss in Dark Souls 2. I'm going to come right out and say it. I think this is probably the best boss in Dark Souls 2. This is a really cool fight. This is a really cool fight. Narratively, it's cool. It's cool, like, it's like raining. It's dramatic. The boss arena is cool. The Mirror Knight, this is really cool that he brings a summon to the boss fight. Like, that is super cool. And it comes out of his mirror shield. The fact that his shield is a mirror is cool. I mean, this guy's cool. Like, this is a cool fight, okay? I don't know how much sense it makes in terms of like lore and stuff, but this is one of the coolest boss fights, I think, in general. This is just a cool fight, okay? I'll debate anybody on that. I'm getting sick of this guy, and I'm just gonna kill him. Because I was trying to get the backstab, but he was pivoting too hard, and he made it really difficult. So now, here we are. I could imbue my weapon again with flame, because I've got 4 casts, but I think it's probably better to just go ahead and knock his ass out with my summons. Thanks, boys. Gank Squad for the win. That was so dope. That was so sick. And now we've got enough levels to use the Dragon Rider bow. And we might even have enough. We've got a bonfire ascetics, bell quartz ring, and soul bolt. We might even have enough souls to to get that extra little bit of vitality that we need to carry the bow alongside the greatsword, just in case we encounter one of those classic Dark Souls 2 scenarios where you're shooting someone with the bow, you're cheesing, right? And then out of nowhere, bam! Somebody shows up right behind you. What are you gonna do? You're gonna go into your inventory? That's the wrong answer. You're gonna die before you can switch to the greatsword. You gotta have the bow and the greatsword equipped at the same time. At least that's the way I see it. And the cool thing about Dragon Rider bow, which I have used in previous playthroughs, and I was reading just now about how it's like the best if you're strength, is another cool thing about it. Apparently it's really slow, but, and I don't know if agility changes like bow shooting speed. That would be kind of interesting, because agility seems to do everything, and it probably affects cast speed too. But you can use wooden arrows and it's still effective, even with the weakest arrows in the game, which is kind of cool. So before we take on what is potentially the most toxic area, not literally, because that shitty like bog area is definitely the most toxic area.
To see light, however.
Before we get into this, we're going to tactically upgrade our stats to give us exactly what we need. Let me just make sure before I do this. Where are you? Where are you? Dragon Rider bow +3, scales B with strength. That is so sexy. And it puts us at 102.3. And the stat requirement's 18 dex. Don't tell anybody that I leveled dex, or else you're kicked off the stream. Shh. It's okay. It's okay. We have to do this because we're using a strength bow, and we need to do this. It's in the best interest of this entire kingdom. Okay, so now let's see where we're at. We got 101.2. Dude. One more point in vitality. What's it gonna do? What's gonna happen? 100 exactly. Let's see if we take off the hat. That doesn't seem any different to me. That doesn't seem any different. I think that, now let's see if we go just slightly over 100. I can't tell any difference. I can't tell any difference. I really thought that 100 was a break point for some reason. Question mark? 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that was 4 rolls right there. Let's try it with this and see if 1, 2, 3, 4. That seems exactly the same to me. That seems the same. Raptor says it's okay to level dexterity. Get out of town, Ratjar. We didn't level dexterity. We just leveled strength that happened to be in the form of a different stat. I have never leveled dexterity, and I never will. Unless the crowd wants that, and for some reason they want to see me do a dex run. But until that day, I will never be caught leveling dexterity. Shameful behavior. Okay, Titanite chunk. Oh, dude, that brings it up to 77. Oh, that's so sick, actually. Now I need 3 Twinkling Titanite. Oh my god. Dear Lord. And it only brings it up to plus 2, or is it already +2? I can't tell. I think it's already +2. So that would bring it up to +3. Yeah. Man, that's a lot of twinkle. That's a lot of twinkle. Oh, this is so sick. This is so sick. Look at that. Look at that. Amazing. Oh, that's amazing. I don't know what this is. I don't know what all these are. Are these DLC? These almost certainly are DLC. Okay. Time for the best area in the game. I think Shrine of Amana is better than Black Gulch, or the Gulch, or whatever that place is called. I hate that place. Shrine of Amana is irritating and it's very difficult, but it's definitely better than all that poison crap. That place is awful. I hate it so much. Shrine of Amana is difficult for many reasons. Oh my god. Okay. There's a twinkling titanite. That's amazing. It's difficult for many reasons, and it's also bullshit for many reasons. But if you take your time, you can make it through without too much trouble. And we have done adequate preparations to make it through without too much trouble. Oh my god. Oh my god. That scared the living daylights out of me. But you do have to be, speaking of speaking of creativity, you know, if we're saying that Capra Fight forces you to be creative, then I think Shrine of Amana forces you to be really creative. Because dude, this area, oh my god. Creativity to the max for Shrine of Amana, getting through Shrine of Amana. This place, oh my god. Oh my god. It is so toxic. But you just keep coming back for more. Again, the Dark Souls 2 effect. So this is a normal chest, I think. So I guess you can kind of tell that it doesn't have any teeth. Like, I was looking at that wood chest earlier, and it was so subtle that chest had teeth. The mimic in the castle, the only mimic in the game, apparently. I don't know, maybe there's more. But Ratjar says Shrine of Amana looks cool at least. It does look really cool. No, we can give it that. It actually does look cool. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of the like root system in what's that place in DS1 with the trees? You know what I'm talking about. And actually the weird singing kind of reminds me of that music in that area as well. That place is very strange, and it's kind of, but it's cool. In Dark Souls 1, it's cool because you're like not expecting it at all, and it's super hidden. And the singing actually, it makes these guys like peaceful, I think. Doesn't it? Like when they have that glowing stuff around them, these little monster boys, these little like Smeagol looking dudes. Oh my god. Yeah, when they have this like glow around them, I think that means they're like chilling, you know? And then you get too close to them and they're like, you've disturbed my slumber. I'm actually kind of concerned about all the investment into vitality that we've done. And now I'm not really seeing any evidence of the difference between 100 up to 110. I'm certainly positive that once you hit 110 though, that life changes, because I remember that being the case. But now I'm honestly kind of curious because like you remember when you're basically shuffling, I think that's when you hit 110. I'm gonna try it right now just to be absolutely sure. This brings us way too high. Okay, so this is 113. Yeah. That's when you get super slow over 110. I feel like I've confirmed this like 50 times. And then when you get over 120, you can barely move anymore. But man, this is crazy. When you hit 100, there's no difference there. It is imperceptible. So that's fantastic. I've actually overinvested by quite a lot into vitality, which is great. That might be worth a respec in the near future, because then we can do more interesting things. And we can be at like 109.9 weight. Oh my god! Look how fast these guys are. These little archbishop thing, or whatever they're called, these men are fast and they hit ridiculously hard. Ridiculously hard. And their coats, actually, I think their coats are super cool. I really like that look of like, it's kind of a paladin look, I guess, where you've got the really intricate, like the beautiful like robes, you know, and then underneath you've got armor. I think that looks super, super cool. In any, not just in Dark Souls, but in like any, you know, fantasy sort of genre. And what we haven't talked about is one of the coolest things in Dark Souls 2, unironically. Is this the singing chick? She also looks like the girl up in the tower. Unironically is the Ferrum armor set. I think it looks amazing.
Coming. And stop singing.
And we completely bypassed it.
We are Milfanito. We are here to sing to those bound. We will sing here forever. We know nothing of the world, and why should we? Do you seek? But what is a king? We know nothing of the, for we will never leave. When we sing, the little ones grant comfort to those who bear death and dark. This is what we were taught.
For some reason, I'm getting really into the lore of Shrine of Amana right now, because I think the little ones are like the fireflies, and the ones with the death and dark or whatever are those like weird swamp monster things, and the fireflies like pacify them essentially.
Is there anything wrong? Perhaps this will help.
Oh, thank you.
All that we can do.
We can trade this to Snuggly, the crow.
When we sing, the little this.
Okay. And she said she's gonna stop dancing dancing. She's gonna stop singing because reasons. I didn't quite catch why they're gonna stop singing. I think they want the things to kill me because they don't like outsiders or something, right? I think that's what we're gathering, which is kind of, you know, it's kind of bitchy, but whatever. Again, curses, man. The curse effect in Dark Souls 2, I think I learned at some point what it does, and I just completely forget. It doesn't seem like it does anything. Maybe what it does, and the reason that I'm not really perceiving it is because I've got this ring on. That's probably what it does. It probably simulates like the health loss that you get when you die several times. In fact, I could easily test that theory right now. And I probably will. Again, I'm just very curious right now. But anyway, maybe it doesn't affect you if you're already at max health loss that you would receive from dying. Yeah. Look how my health bar changed once I got cursed. And then does it just... Yeah, and it keeps building up over and over again, probably until you've lost the max health that you can lose, or that you would have lost by dying. Gosh, I'm so smart. I love that I just figured that out. That's unbelievable. This is, this is what curiosity can get you. It can get you knowledge. Remember that. Okay. And it's now time to start a little bit of cheese. Look at that damage. Holy crap. That's a lot of damage. And you're in my face now. Oh. Oh my god. So fun fact, they stagger you out of the arrow. Oh my god, that's awesome. Yeah, the reason I'm doing this is because I don't want these guys to aggro all at the same time. And I've got effectively, I have infinite wood arrows. So here we are. And they're not so bad one-on-one. They don't have a lot of poise. you know, I've got a shield, so their damage isn't a big deal. They really can't damage me when I have my shield up, so, you know, this is how we get through Shrine of Amana and still chill. And for some reason, that chick is singing again, even though I'm pretty sure she said that she didn't want to sing for outsiders or something. I don't remember. I'm gonna have to play this back to figure out what she said about that. Fascinating. This is a fascinating area. I think a lot of people would consider this area a weakness of Dark Souls 2. And gameplay-wise, I think I would agree with them, but it's actually a really cool area. If you take your time and you're kind of just chilling, if you're trying to blow through this quickly, then you're gonna get extremely frustrated and you're gonna die. But I do think this can actually be one of the chiller areas if you have the right mindset and if you make your proper preparations. I mean, let's be real. All you really need is to be careful about where you step, and you also need to bring a bow and just aggro the enemies one by one. Because the problem of this area comes in, I mean, multiple problems. When you're stepping into holes and dying, which can be avoided if you're careful, it's really hard to see. It's really hard to see. Like where the edge is, like you can actually see the edge right there. But it can be done. And also, the other problem comes when you've got the casters shooting at you while simultaneously being attacked by these swamp monsters and or I don't think I ever noticed this chest over here. There's no way to tell if that's a mimic because I can't see the teeth. The swamp monsters being attacked by them and or those paladin type dudes. Also, I'm pretty sure a mimic would drown. I mean, I don't know if they need oxygen, but like it would drown if it was submerged that far. So maybe that's how you tell that's not a mimic. Or maybe the developers didn't think that you would even consider that would be. I really have no idea. This glowy stuff has no effect apparently on us. It's not pacifying us, I'm telling you that much. There's 4 dudes in there. Hello. Okay. I'm guessing that that's the bleed. It looks like the bleed status effect from these guys. Andor, speaking of Andor, great show, by the way. Probably the greatest Star Wars show that has ever been, unless you're a big Clone Wars fan, because that was also a great show. This is metal, so yeah. Really, really good. It finally felt like Star Wars kind of graduated high school. Twinkling Titanite, super, super clutch. Gonna be able to just keep pumping this armor into godlike tiers of effectiveness. Yep, see, just taking a stroll. And the first part of this area is by far the easiest. Yep, there's the casters. It gets so much harder in this area, and then also, I think the next area too. I think this one's probably the worst though. Because I think you run into a bonfire right before you hit the next area, and then the next area is just like a group of, you know, people chanting in a circle, and you can actually just run past them if you want to. But yeah, the casters, they can be an issue. They can certainly be an issue. And you can fight them at range, but they're also fighting you at range, so you have to, if you're gonna do that, you have to be a little more careful not to get hit by their bullshit, you know? I think this arrow, this will hit that guy, right? Yeah! Fall into the ocean. Fall into the ocean, you fool. Look at this fat dude, he's so freaking huge. He's so fat. He's like, nah, I'm not gonna fall. I know where the holes are here. Oh, there's a man. Wonder if the headshot. Boom. Wonder if the headshot mattered at all in that scenario. I don't remember you. I don't remember you hanging out here. I thought you were back in the beginning of the game. Again, Dark Souls 2, subverting expectations, providing quality gaming experience. As always. So he appears to be stuck. Let's shoot him in the head for 228, and now let's shoot him in the body. This is going to be so cool for 228. Yep, doesn't matter at all. There's no such thing as crits in Dark Souls. Except I think there are crits in these games. Yeah, and the great part about going slow through Shrine of Amana is that I'm getting just that little bit of passive healing from my ring. Gotta love that health regen, man. This is quite a lot of damage that we're doing with these arrows, considering that this is such a small investment on our part. Amazing. I'm so happy with this build. I think we're just in such a good place with it. Those extra vitality levels and that one random extra level that we accidentally threw into endurance make me a little depressed, but I don't think it's a big deal. I think, and in fact, we might, when we get to the next bonfire, maybe we'll just run back and respec, because I'm a little bit obsessive compulsive like that, and I like the stats to be in the right places. Uh-oh. Ooh. This is one of those fascinating challenges that the Shrine of Amana provides, where you've got caster all the way over there, and you can technically kill them, but they can also kill you from range. Look at that. That is a lot of damage. And when you're doing this much damage, yeah. And you've got this absolutely massive armor on. Their little spells are not a huge deal. And we're getting just that little bit of passive healing. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful? Yep, just keep swimming. That's all Shrine of Amana is about. Just keep swimming, you know? You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Take it easy, you know? Take it easy. Crack a brew. Maybe not while you're playing video games, I don't know. But, because I mean, that's gonna do horrible things to your reflexes, and oh my god. You know what? Maybe we just rush down as I like walk 2 miles an hour towards this one. But I think that's the best way to deal with this, is just to kill that one, and then there's probably a hole right there. I don't know. Is there a hole? I can't tell. I'm so paranoid. I don't think so. Yeah, no, that's just ground. That's okay. No biggie. No biggie. I love the little chants that they do. There you go. There you go. Yeah, this area is chill. So much better than the Gulch. I get completely lost in the Gulch. And the poison area, I would argue, is just infinitely more bullshit than this. At least here, the enemies are very clear. They're clearly visible. And they give you, well, except for the guys who hide under the water, I guess. But they also give you souls. Oh my god, is that another Dragon Rider? Dude, plot twist again. I can't believe this. This is amazing. He must be hiding something really good back there. Can we get him to fall off? We know his AI is 100% capable of falling into the abyss. Yeah, no, we're just gonna think we'll just, I think we're just gonna pull one of these. Can he get back here? Yeah, he can. FromSoft was very intentional about making sure Dragon Rider could fit back here. What were we talking about? I forget. This is what I do. Oh, yeah. Black Gulch, or Gulch, or whatever. And then also, I actually don't like this place to fight this guy. I think we can probably pull him back here to where we're more comfortable. There's another caster. Oh, no. Oh, no. What? Oh, God! Oh, my God. This is horrifying. We're pulling Dragon Rider. We're pulling him all the way back to the bonfire. Oh my god. The caster came out of nowhere, I swear. I was talking about the Gulch, and I was talking about that area that comes right after the Gulch. Oh. That's bull. I wonder if he'll fall to his death on the way over. He's entirely capable of it, we know that. But the area after the Gulch, where you're getting shot by those stupid poison statues. Oh, okay. Back for more, I guess. Dude, those statues are such bullshit. Not only do they not give you souls, but there's 50 billion. And there's like, I swear there's like no way to avoid getting poisoned. There's just no freaking way. What's crazy about this, you know, and maybe this is like just a gaming effect. I don't know. But it seems like we're not doing a lot of damage to him. But then when he's in his boss form, it seems like we're doing a lot of damage to him. When he's got the big health bar, I don't know if there's actually a difference. I'd be interested to test that. You could easily test that by just seeing how many hits with the greatsword it takes to kill him. It seems like we're doing so much less damage when it's this little health bar versus when it's a big boss health bar, where you can clearly see the big chunks coming out of him. But I wonder if it's actually the same damage that you're doing to him when he's a normal enemy versus when he's a boss. But I don't know if anybody else feels like that, like when it's the little health bar. It just doesn't seem like we're doing even close to the kind of damage that we do when he's a big boss with the big health bar. There we go. No problem. Dragon Rider's no problem. It was a little scary there for a sec, but we did it. It's fine. And we were gonna kill him with his own bow, which would have been so embarrassing for him, but he decided that he was going to put up a fight. There you are. There you are. I was looking everywhere for you. Do we have 100% magical block? I need to check right now. We have 90.5 plus 4%. I think that's what, right? It seems like we're not taking any magical damage from, and I'm pretty sure that's the type of damage that this is doing. Okay. No problem, no problem. I don't know where you came from. I don't know if you like respawned. Wouldn't that be crazy if they just respawned after a while? If you took too much time going through the Shrine of Amana? That would be so infuriating. I don't know where she came from, if she was always there and just didn't aggro at first. Because you know how enemies, you know how they love to make the enemies aggro when they're behind you. So that you can easily just pass by. And then you're like, where am I getting hit from? And it's like, oh, they aggroed. They kind of ambush you, right? There's nothing up there. Except bragging rights. But yeah, they love to do that. They love to ambush you. Like where are all these guys coming from? You know what I'm saying? Where were you when I first walked through this place? I know you're over here. Did you hide again? There you are. Crazy, man. These AI are crazy. Okay. I get like I get like a little more nervous as we get closer and closer to finishing this area, because I take so much time with it, and I know that if I that's the body of a caster that we killed earlier. I know that if I die after like taking my time and like going so slowly and carefully, I know that if I die, I'm just gonna want to run through it the next time, because I'm just not gonna want to put the same type of care and effort into going through it the second time. I wonder if we need a key. Yeah, we need a key. I think it's just like the king's armor or whatever. Maybe you kill Vendrick and you get the key to that. It's not like, you know, we don't really care, but would have been, I don't know, it would have been cool. But yeah, this area really does, it's more than anything, it's just a test of patience, to see how careful you can be while you're going through a Dark Souls area. The water just really changes everything. If there wasn't the water, this would be drastically, I mean, just it would be so much easier if you could just see where you were stepping. But I feel like that is like the real X factor that like makes the Shrine of Amana difficult, you know. You just have to be so careful. But again, I don't hate it ultimately. Now, if I had already died 5 times, I would absolutely be hating this area right now. But way less bullshit than the freaking poison statues and the guys that jump out of the puddles and the freaking gulch, and also getting lost in the gulch. Like, I hate that when I just can't tell at all. I'm like completely disoriented for extended periods of time. That really gets old. But this place is like, yeah, take your time. You'll be fine. Make the proper preparations, you know. I guess if you're like running through the gulch and you've memorized it really well and you don't get mixed up on where you are, it's probably not that bad. There's that pommel strike that does nothing. It's probably for shield attacks. I still don't know what it means, how to activate it, why it happens. But yeah, if you're not completely lost, I'm sure the gulch is like whatever, it's probably fine. But in my case, that's just what happens, man. So you'll notice, let's not step off the edge, okay? Okay, sounds good. You'll notice there's this caster here. We're just gonna eat this damage because it's not a big deal. There's a caster here, but then there's also this dude that's kind of hunched over. It's another caster. Look at that. Ooh, we knocked her off. Oh, that was awesome. Our arrows just have that much impact. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't think there's anything good over here, but I'm doing it anyway because I'm curious and I want to know. I want to know what it is. Just tell me what it is. This is where that big man came from. I don't even know. Yeah. Oh, that's actually excellent. Totally worth it. Wouldn't that be absolutely insane if this was a mimic? That would just be the most absurd thing. Sunlight Blade. We don't have the stats to use it, but it's so cool. Wow, just kidding. This is a great reward for coming over here. Yeah, I don't know how that big guy was over on this little peninsula. Seems like there's no way he should have been able to fit over here. Maybe he was like right here. Like, how did he walk along this without falling off? That's actually like super impressive. I mean, my guy's a big boy, but he's not even close to being that size. And then that large man got stuck. He got stuck like over there, where those like, that like half of that like gladiatory arena sort of thing is. He got stuck. Let's see if the curse made me... Oh, it made me hollow. Oh, that sucks. I know there's a summon coming up. In fact, we might have missed a summon or two. So I'm definitely going to pop an effigy. Because you know how I love those summons. Okay. We're coming up on this little bastion of hope. And I don't think there's a bonfire in there. I think you have to get all the way to the next like cave sort of thing to get the bonfire. Oh, great. This is great. Look at this. Look at this. Now, if I remember correctly, there's actually like 3 dudes that can rush you down here on the other side of this door. That little like animal. That little like chirping animal. All right. So we're just gonna go ahead and deal with you really quick. Look at that. That cost 30. For 3 arrows, it's 30 souls, and she gave us 300. I call that a worthwhile investment. If I could make my money back 300 times off of investing in 3 shares of 1 stock, I would 500 million% do that. I don't know about you, but that sounds like it's just good business to me. All right. Look at that tantalizing fog gate over there. Oh my God. And then you can actually see that last area up there with all those glimmering, all that shiny shit over there. But it's deceptively guarded by, you can see those enemies like all the way out in the distance, and then there's this guy who's like patrolling. Ah, what the hey? Let's get our summon real quick. I'm pretty sure he's in here. I think it's the only summon in this area. Last time I played this, it's the only one I remember. This man, Lone Hunter Schmidt. Maybe there's another. Wouldn't that be cool if there was another one? If we could get like 3 summons to help guide us through the Shrine of Amana. I still don't know who Amana is or why we're making a shrine in her honor, but yeah, and he's got a bow. See, this guy knows how to navigate the shrine, dude. He's got a bow and arrow. He's like, don't worry, I got you, bro. I got you. Oh, stop. Can you just stop walking? Our investment in killing this man is not, it's taking a lot more investment, but we're gonna get there. There it is. Look at that damage. It is amazing. Sir, you're currently causing some issues. This summon was not being fully cooperative. Look at him go. Look at him go. I can't even see what he's shooting at. This is amazing. He's killing things I didn't even know existed. Isn't that great? So we're in a pretty nice spot right now because we can backpedal into this if we need to. What are we? Almost 2 hours in? Yeah. And you know what? If it takes 3 hours to tiptoe through the Shrine of Amana, I'm here for it. Because this place sucks if you're not careful. It can really suck. Did we already explore all that over there? I think we did. I think it's just the gate that we can't, or the door we can't open over that way. Look at this. Our archer pulls them in and we finish the job. Isn't that amazing? And while we're over here, you know, this man is about to show us where so apparently most of this is solid ground. I think I always overestimate how much of this area, or I underestimate how much of this area is actually walkable because I'm so scared of falling in the water. Look at him go. He's aggroing everything. He just shot over there for some reason. Why did you shoot him only one time? Maybe once they start moving, he's like, I'm not even going to waste arrows like trying to hit this man. You know, because they are significantly, they're like, obviously, a moving target is so much harder to hit, right? I mean, that's just like physics or whatever. But I mean, we're looking pretty good. We've got a caster over there that is going to cause a little bit of trouble while these Archdrake Knights run us down. Yeah. Look at that. And then we have time to look at, oh, she's not dead. She's not dead. Normally they only take 3 shots. Boom. How cool is that to be able to switch to the shield? This is why you gotta have the carry weight, man. I mean, I guess we could have technically had the shield equipped and the bow without increasing vit. We actually come to think of it, we definitely still have too much vit. For some reason, I thought that there was a difference between 99% and 100%, but we just learned this stream that there's not. So isn't that wonderful? We've got way too much vit. But man, we are looking good right now. Every step you take, every move you make, I'll be watching you. Because every step you take, truly, a new enemy emerges in this area. That's why you have to like tiptoe and take them one by one. Otherwise, you get just completely overwhelmed. This area is crazy like that. It's crazy, dude. It's like the Amazon, you know? That's what this place is simulating. It's like the Amazon of Dark Souls. Everything wants to kill you. Enemies everywhere, right? Look at this. Look at this man go. He's killing something that was until now completely neutral when we have something actively trying to kill us over there. And again, he's decided to take on the peaceful bog dwellers instead of killing the caster that is actively trying to kill me. He doesn't give a shit about them. Yeah. Arrow Man, is it just too Schmitty? Is it too far out of your reach? Is that what's going on? His bow and arrow. Oh, his task is complete. Even though there's still another Archdrake Knight over there. Or there's actually 2. And there's a caster over there too. Sneaky bastard. I can't believe Schmidt decided to bail when we're this close to victory. That's just not okay. Wouldn't that be crazy if we died because Schmidt decided his job was done when it wasn't? I'm gonna blame you for that, Schmidt. I still have over 900 arrows, by the way. I haven't even used like 50 of them. Yeah, there's 2 of these guys. There's 2 left. Oh, Schmitty. Schmitty McJensen or whatever. Trying to quote SpongeBob right now, but I don't have it in me. I can't remember what Schmitty McWilkerson's name or whatever. He was number 1. But today, oh my god! Oh, that was amazing. Today we're number 1, everybody. Because we have essentially made it through the shrine. Oh gosh, I really want... This is the dilemma that the shrine is constantly doing to you. So I want to go over there, but I'm pretty sure there's a big guy on the other side. There is loot, but I should probably light this bonfire first. And we've been just so careful. I'm not going to rest at the bonfire, but I am going to light it. Oh, and there's another caster. Yippee. Thank you, Schmidt. We still had like 5 enemies, but you decided you were done. And the caster didn't see me? Question mark? Question mark? Oh, look at that. It's another summon sign. That's amazing. Let's go ahead and light this. Let's go ahead and light this. I think these guys can destroy your equipment. The Leash of the Brave Well, I hope you can help me with our trials and tribulations that we have yet to come, Felicia. Okay, let's kill this caster. Get this gate. Oh, you've got a spear and a shield. You're so cool. Oh my gosh, and you're like really hunched over. You look like you have horrible back pain. I think that's the shield that, I think that's just the tower shield that has 100 physical block, which is pretty fantastic for a summon to have that. And a spear actually is super good. I love these NPCs that Dark Souls 2 gives us. These summons are great. And they just, I think the devs like just named them after like family members or something, because maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just like the devs, shout out to like the devs families or something. Everybody gets a summon. That would actually be really funny. And super cool. I mean, don't you want to be a cameo in the greatest gaming experience of all time? That's kind of cool. I think we're good here to walk right on up to this gate. But again, I've been burned. You can tell I've been burned by the shrine before, because holy hell. All right, Felicia, show me what you got. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I really just wanted to shoot this man, but it made me take out the vines first. Yeah, go Felicia. Come on. Take him out. Oh, poor Felicia. I should probably do something to help. Again, I keep forgetting my fire spell that I just painstakingly took the time to get, but oh, that was so sick. Felicia, you're so cool. That moveset was awesome. Yeah, that fire probably would have helped there. Maybe this is the king's stuff. No, because the king's stuff is in like a throne. Life ring +2. Damn, it feels good to be a gangster. Wow. That was really exciting. Just like that, we are almost through the shrine, my boys. What have you done? What was that? Felicia's wigging out back there. She's just really excited to help me with this last part of the shrine. And maybe also with the frog demon. Okay, feeling pretty good right now. That is what I call a deathless Shrine of Amana run. So yeah, getting back to that rat jar, like that scenario that he mentioned, that hypothetical where it's like, if you had 10 deaths to get through Dark Souls 2 for $1 million, or you'd die if you lost all 10 deaths, would you do it, right? I think we're demonstrating that it is fully possible right now with a deathless Shrine of Amana run. I mean, this probably gave me less trouble than almost every other area of the game because I was so freaking careful. And we're very OP right now. But I mean, I think it's on full display that Dark Souls 2 is actually super fair, and anybody who says otherwise is a noob. Did they just heal? Wow, look at that. Are they in some type of healing circle? I'm blowing my arrows on them anyway. Wow, that's crazy. My arrows simply do not do enough damage. You're dead. Oh, he's got his shield up. That's funny. Good thing we have infinite arrows, basically. Now, these boys are not aggroing when I hit them with the arrow. Wonder if we're not close enough, or if they're just trying to protect these casters. Oh my god. What? What? Oh, wow. That is really impressive. Did Felicia just run? No. That must have been a ghosty. Yeah, I noticed she was kind of, that caster was kind of giving away the position of that enemy right there by healing them. I would have never noticed that otherwise. They really want you to fight these guys fair and square. But I don't want to fight them fair and square. Go for the backstab, Felicia. Come on. Just kidding. We really don't need Felicia, but we've got her anyway. Where's that? Ooh, Felicia's getting beat up. Let me see if I can help. Come on now. This is kind of sick, actually. Felicia? Oh no! What have you done to my new waifu? Oh god. This is why we have the greatsword on the offhand. Boom. So sick, dude. So sick. Wouldn't that be great if we could resummon Felicia? I highly doubt it, but that would be so cool. My dog is getting upset by the ice cream truck again. It's very triggering for him. He was betrayed by an ice cream truck once. Yeah, I know, buddy. It's rough. He made a really weird noise. You just got to do a little bit of cheese and be patient. That's what Ratjar says. I completely agree. It's a combination of a little bit of cheese and a little bit of patience. But I mean, let's get back to this idea of intentionality in game design, right? What was the bow and arrow? What was the intention of the bow and arrow? I mean, this is a real question, right? Because it's clearly not for direct combat. Like, you're not intended to use this when they're anywhere close to you, the enemies, you know? Holy hell. So then that begs the question, well, what's the point, you know? The point is, I would argue, exactly what we're witnessing here, you know? You use the bow and arrow for picking off enemies from afar, for drawing enemies in so that you're not aggroing them all at once. Where did that caster go? Did they fall off the edge? Are they right there and I'm just not seeing them? They're here. And something really interesting, I've never tried this cheese before, but look at how that caster right there, that's really cool, is giving up the location of all her friends by healing them whenever she gets close to death. But she doesn't heal them when I try to kill them. She only pops off the like group heal when I'm getting close to killing her. So she's like greedy in that way, but she's actually helping us. That's kind of cool. And I wonder if you make that chick stop if you make her stop singing, because I think the singing girl, Red Iron Twin Blade. That's fascinating. Is that like the other Twin Blade? I have to look at this. I don't remember this thing. Because I think we picked up the Wind Blade earlier in the game. I don't even remember what kind of weapon it's considered. Am I dumb? Am I just not seeing something here? Red Iron Twin Blade? I can't use it. I just want to see what it looks like. Wow. I wonder if that's any good. That's definitely a quality weapon. But kind of cool how this works. I've never really messed with this area to this extent, but I feel like I'm just learning so many things. Oh, I forgot to look at what weapon type this is. I just want to see what I just want to see what kind of weapon this is. It's in the, like, oh, here's the twin blade. Lance. Oh, it's its own weapon class. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Halberd. Okay. Twin blade is its own thing. Did this caster just wander over here while we were observing the the red iron twin blade? She's like, yeah, yes. Yes, I see you found the red iron twin blade. Let me tell you, it is quite a weapon indeed. Oh, interesting. This whole area of effect, pacification, singing thing. I don't know how to describe that. The little ones, the little fireflies are gone when I killed that caster. I think that was the healing caster. But yeah, actually kind of cool when you actually pay attention to the things that are happening in the Shrine of Amana. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. Again, Dark Souls 2 tried things. I'm horrified to step over here, but it looks semi-intentional. There we go. Oh my god. This caster was really excited that we found her. Or she was like taking a nap and she's like, oh shit. Wait, I'm not ready. That was awesome. So this person walked off, I'm assuming. Let's see what they did. Oh, no, they didn't. Okay. They were just trying to fight something and they failed. They fell. Like Aragorn. How do you get that? Oh, is that on the other side of the cave? I totally missed that. This is what happens, folks, when you take it nice and slow through Shrine of Amana, you get all the good stuff. Yeah, this is actually kind of one of the more, I mean, at least the way that we've tackled this area, it's been kind of a zen experience, I gotta be honest. Shrine of Amana, it is what you make of it, right? It can either be the most infuriating, worst place, the worst locale in all of Dark Souls, or it can be kind of a chill stroll through the enchanted bog. You know, it is what you make of it. It is. That's what the Shrine of Amana is all about. It's about freedom, you know. It's about freedom. Okay. So I mean, we've dealt with the major threats here. I know you totally get invaded. Maybe it's a New Game Plus thing, but when you go across the little bridge right there, you get invaded. So we'll see if that happens. Fireflies giving away the position of the Swamp Man. NBD walking really close to the edge for some reason. Lots of death right here that happened. I don't know what people are doing over here. Let's find out, eh? I think they're just, oh my god, it's misery. Look at their shitty builds. I don't know what, that man was using an axe in Elite Knight armor or something. Oh, these poor fools. Don't they know that you're supposed to kill everything from range with the dragon rider bow here? That's how you're supposed to play this game. All right. What does Aldia say? Or is it Aldia? Or you poor fools? Oh no, it's not. It's Dark Souls 3. Homing Crystal Soul Mounds. Okay. Take me to dinner first. It's the dude from Dark Souls 3 with the ocelot. Oh, you ignorant slaves. The ocelot guy. What's his face? I love Osiris. I love that boss. Oh yeah, it is. You do get invaded here. See? I'm not crazy, man. I know what I'm talking about. A little bit of chip damage from that magic. I guess the magic from those, like, all those casters that we've been killing this whole time, the damage must be so low that through Havel's Great Shield, it's like imperceptible, the damage that you're taking. But this guy has This guy cast legit spells. That was actually some damage that got through. Oh, goodbye. All right. Let it be known, anybody who thinks that shields suck in Dark Souls 2 and that being a big boy sucks in Dark Souls 2, I just want to tell you, I made it through Shrine of Amana with 0 deaths. So you're wrong. And that's enough said. Enough said, am I right? You're wrong. I've shown that this build can be effective. The turtle is just as effective in Dark Souls 2 as any other Dark Souls game, as long as you're not going over 110% carry weight capacity, okay? Let it be known. Goodbye, mysterious firefly woman. Somebody's still singing. I don't know what interacting with her there just did, but is it silly that I would actually really like to have Felicia here with me in this boss fight? I don't like the frog. I don't really like the frog. And I also have a lot of souls. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do the thing that is probably the wise decision. Let's get out of here. Let's skedaddle, eh? The only issue, oh God, the only issue with respecking at this point is that, man, because I would definitely respec just to get those points of vitality back, because I didn't realize that the difference between 100 and 110% is the same, like if there's no difference. But the only issue with doing that is that I don't know how much vitality I need without going on to like Dark Souls 2, you know, build monkey or whatever it's called. And when you respec, I don't think it shows you how much I don't think it shows you your current carry weight capacity thing. So I'm kind of at a loss right now, because I wouldn't know how much to take out of vitality without then going over my weight burden. This is what happens when you play Dark Souls 2 and you screw your stats up. I don't want to go on mutagen monkey and figure out how much more. God, this thing is an absolute sponge for Twinkling Titanite. It's silly. It's absolutely silly. Can you just make me spend a freaking Titanite slab already? My God. And I still don't have the third chunk. The chunks are just nowhere to be found. They're impossible to find. They don't exist. And you don't sell any. You're useless. Oh, God. Okay. All right. Let's see. We've got lots of souls. Are we still in a party? We're not. I don't know why it kicks us out of the party and then it doesn't tell us that it's kicking us out of the party. So it's like my audio could have been super choppy and I just have no way of knowing. I'm just gonna have to go back and watch. Because you know how it likes to do that at random points. It's very frustrating, actually. It's probably the one thing that I hate more than anything about streaming. Choppy audio that I cannot uncover the mysteries of Man. Man.
Is that a shard? Here, to see light. However,
It is a shard. It is a shard. Upgrade my stuff, please. Okay. No more Estus Flask for you. 7 Estus. The classic number. Yeah, I really don't know what to do right now. I mean, strength, you know, we like strength. Let me just farm out. Let me farm 2 enemies real quick to get the next level, and then we're gonna decide what to do. It would be such a simple thing to show me my current carrying capacity or whatever while I'm respecking so that I know exactly how much vitality I need. But I'm almost sure that it doesn't do that, which is just so flipping annoying. Are you really still alive? How dare you? Did he just, oh, he gave me 1200. It's because this area is new game plusified. Hello, sir. And you're still alive, even after I smacked you in the face 5 times with a greatsword. Please. Please. All right, that's more than enough.
Bearer until...
Bearer of the curse. Bring me more souls. We don't, we do need that actually. We want to get vigor up to 50. Endurance can be 20. This is based on soft caps. Yeah, let's see what these old hags are up to. I don't even remember what we have to give them to respec.
Do you?
Aha, it's the soul vessel. I guess, actually, it's not a huge deal. It's not a huge deal if we... Because we can go to 29, and it's still, up to that point, it's given us everything we need. Or it's given us, it's, the soft cap is, right, when you hit 30, it goes down to 1. That's actually not a big deal. We need this to be at 18. Don't forget that. We don't care about these 3 for now. And we might never care about them on this stream, who knows. 50, we're gonna hit that in strength. And we're gonna put the rest in vigor until we get to 50 vigor. Look at that, it's beautiful. It's a thing to behold. So, okay, so 7, yeah, it's a little bit of a difference, but that's fine. Oh yeah, I'm definitely heavier. That sucks. Wait a minute, am I heavier? I'm at 108 point something, 0.6. What? The plot thickens. The plot thickens. Oh my god. I feel like I've been gaslit and conspired against. Wow. Is it 105? Is 105 the... Let me see. Oh my god, I think 105. Oh my god, that's crazy. 105.5. Am I crazy? Is it 105? It seems like it's 105. That is the difference in weight category. Man, right? Because this feels slower. Versus, let me go back again. This would be such an easy Google, but it's totally, it's gotta be 105. It's gotta be. I'm convinced. It's a little hard to tell, not gonna lie. It's like really just a little bit hard to tell. No. Oh wait, so you do have to be, okay, 104.7. Yeah, and then if you hit 105. I'm really struggling right now. 104.7 versus 101.6. That seems the same to me. But 105. Oh my god. I can't tell. I think 105. I have to Google this. I can't tell. Give me a sec. I need to Google this. Let me see. Okay. DS2. We're doing this live on stream because I feel like I am just not. I'm not getting it. Okay. All right. Equip load. I'm on Fextra Life, which is famously accurate. Okay. Let me see. 70 is roll speed. Decrease in walk, run, sprint speed become greater, capping it over encumbered at 120%. Sprint, yeah, we know that. Oh my god, dude. Somebody says this is awful. Yeah, this Fextra Life thing is not helping. Has nobody identified? Have I found a gap in the literature? Does nobody want to ever be over 70%, so they don't even care about these equip loads that are over? It's so annoying. Let me see if I can find DS2 weight class movement. I guess movement thresholds. I don't know. Oh, this is so irritating. Different weight limits for fast rolling. All people care about is fast rolling, you people. What are this is probably from 10 years ago. Okay. 70 starts fat rolling. What else affects? I might have to do this off stream. I am not finding anybody talking about breakpoints above 100%. Thresholds above 70%. Dear God. Somebody, please. 70% weight loss, fast roll. 50% is fast roll. So you still fat roll above 70%. You can clearly see that you roll farther and backstep faster while below 50%. Isn't that fantastic? Okay, great. Bro. What about the breakpoints above 70%? no breakpoints from the ones mentioned above except for 70% and also 100%. And somebody says, and 110%. But 110% is literally, you move as if you were carrying a grand piano. Yeah, yes, that's true. But it doesn't seem like there's any difference between, I'll pull the stream chat back up. This is so frustrating. Let me get in a more open area and test this out. Let me go to Majula so I can fall in that stupid hole in the middle of the town. Yeah, I'm... Like, is it something random between like 105 and 110? Because this is feeling slow. This is definitely feeling slow. And I'm at 106.3. Did I just like nerf myself horribly? 106.3 versus 101.6. That's faster. I know that's faster. Don't tell me otherwise. Right? Yeah, 100%. 100% that's faster. Now what about if we go under 100? Under 100, 90.5. That seems the same to me. That really seems the same to me. It's all fat rolling. 90.5 versus 101.6. That's, dude, I swear that's the same. But then once you get 104.7. Ooh, that slowed down. That slowed down. Right? Did it? That's, oh dude, I'm telling you, that seems slower. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. I can't tell. I can't tell. Oh my god. I think this seems... I mean, I might just play the game. Yeah, we know that's slower. That's very obviously slower. It's very subtle. The yeah, I don't know. I think 105. I think I'm just deciding that 105 is a break point because that's dude. Come on. Tell me that's not slower. Tell me that's not slower. Right, than this. It's totally slower. It's totally slower. So we've got a couple more points, I think, to dump into vitality, but that's actually not a huge deal. In order to get back to the good graces of Havel. Man! Dude, it's driving me crazy. Maybe it just takes a second for it to like catch up and realize like, oh, you're at 105. Yeah, 105. 105 is a break point. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. 105 is a break point. Tell me it's not. Did that just get faster? Am I crazy? I think maybe it's somewhere between 100 and 105. Dude, I'm messing with this for way too long. But I don't think 100 is actually the break point. Maybe it's like 103. 102.3. Maybe it's 103. I'm getting annoyed. We're just gonna go ahead with this, and I'm gonna keep wondering about this, and eventually I'm gonna look it up, and I'll probably watch a YouTube video about it, because that's what I do to learn things. Fun fact. I don't need to aggro you. We'll beat the frog. We're gonna beat the frog. We're gonna eat the frog. What is Felicia? Felicia, what are you doing? They were completely harmless. Whatever. Felicia's on a killing spree over there. All right, good job. Good job. You killed the things that weren't even remotely a threat, and they would have never been a threat if you hadn't messed with them. Excellent work. Your bloodlust is really paying off. Okay, don't fall in there. Ooh, I'm crawling. Was I crawling like this before? Now I'm curious about my weight. The weight differences between the differences in how you move through water. Like it's this seems fine. Yeah, whatever. Whatever, this is fine. I'm just gonna pretend that I don't know if I'm gaslighting myself. I don't know. It's very difficult to tell. But I'm thinking that 100%, 99 and 100, like 100% equip burden, I don't think is actually a break point. But it seems like somewhere between 100 and 110 is a break point. We know that 110 is a break point. It's very obvious after that. But it's so subtle between 100 and 110. If there's actually a break point, or if I'm just crazy. My dude. Ooh, completely bypassed the shield. Okay, let's see how it is. Felicia, you are really not in the right spot to do anything. I hate this boss. He's annoying. I don't think my flame damage is really doing a whole lot. Oh, hello. Maybe it is. I haven't tried fighting him without it. Oh my god! That was 2 hits apparently. I'm gonna be dreaming about breakpoints in Dark Souls tonight. It really bothers me. It really bothers me that the lack of literature on fat rolling breakpoints. Who is this? That was a ghost that looked very much like a man. That ghost had me fooled, dude. I wonder if this frog boss is going to give us a lot of problems. I don't like this boss at all. I think it's boring, and its attacks are hard to dodge, and it's another one of those. I mean, I don't know. Its attacks are not hard to dodge. They're hard to block and survive, but it gives me the vibes of like that stupid spider laser boss, the Duke's Deer Frasia or whatever. Oh my god, that boss really triggered me in the other stream. Again, one of those bosses that might just be a little problematic for our specific build. I don't know. Most of the game's easy, but sometimes you run into a boss that just feels like bullshit, you know what I'm saying? But that one was even worse. It had all those ads that you have to sit through. All right, frog. Pop out of your shell. I'm being so stupid. I'm being way too greedy, and I'm just smacking him at every opportunity when really they're not actually good moments to strike. Felicia, what the hell are you doing? Don't you know that the body is made of like solid stone? See, when he first pops out of the shell, it's actually a terrible time to hit him because he's about to do an attack and it's gonna come out quickly. Now, Felicia, this is the time to hit him. You're almost dead. Felicia, you're almost dead already. I swear, what am I gonna do with you, Felicia? I'm gonna need a miracle to keep her alive. And by miracle, I mean in-game miracle. Or also just generally a miracle for her to stay alive. She is not worth it. I don't know why I summoned her. It's not like breaking up aggro even matters in this boss. Because it does the same dumb, gigantic sweeping attacks no matter how many of you there are. Man, that's annoying. Oh, Felicia, what are you doing? Are you estusing? Oh, you're healing. That's actually, well, okay, never mind. Isn't that annoying that the frog's arms count? It's a bit like the snake, the scorpion, where it's actually 2 attacks and it hits you twice. Isn't that annoying? Anybody else think that's annoying? So it's like, oh, you blocked it super well and it took away all your stamina. Oh wait, it's actually 2 attacks, so the second attack wrecks you. All right, if you want to hop over there, that's actually fine. I need to heal anyway. Now, okay, what's the, I guess maybe it makes sense that you can't block that because it's like the big, you know, it comes from the top, but I mean, you could block the scorpion chicks. Well, actually, messing with my cords, give me a sec. You could block the scorpion chick's attack that came from the bottom, but now that I think of it, when she comes back down from that attack and lands on you, you can't block that. So I guess Dark Souls 2's logic is that the shield blocks from, it can block stuff that comes from the bottom, it just can't block stuff that comes from the top. Boom. Do that, grab attack 100 more times, please. Oh, not that close. Wow. What are you doing, frog? The Demon of Song. I guess the Demon of Song is actually what's singing. And those chicks that we thought were doing the singing, right? Does that make sense? Is that a, oh my god, it looked like a gigantic turd. Maybe that's what's going on. The Demon of Song, I mean, because it's called the Demon of Song. Maybe it's actually what's singing. Again, classic Dark Souls 2. Freaking, you know, subverting expectations. Okay. All right. Almost at 3 hours, and we got through the castle and the shrine. What just happened? Something just fell off outside of this little hut thing. What was that? Did I just go? Silly me. I just went the same way. This is where I came in. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I wonder if the song, if we go back through the shrine, which I'm not doing to test that, if that song is going to be gone. It honestly might be. It honestly might be. That was almost death there. We're just about to get to the crypt, which is a average area, I guess. I think of the crypt in this game and I'm like, yeah, it's all right. You know, I don't have super strong opinions about it. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Don't remember this particularly well. I don't know that there's any real purpose to this bonfire. I feel like this just wraps around to the start, you know. But maybe I don't know. Or it goes to like the DLC thing, like the big demon looking blood altar or whatever it is. Oh, yeah, that looks like the door that we could not open earlier, right? I think this just goes back to the just kidding. Just kidding, it's locked. I don't know what it is. I want to say it's like the blood demon font of DLC, you know, giving DLC vibes that takes you to a DLC. I don't remember. Fun fact, Dark Souls 2 has 3 DLCs. 3 DLCs? It has 3, I think it's got 3 DLCs. It's got the Snow DLC. It has the Snake Lady Dragon DLC. And then it's got the probably the best DLC, which is like the Ashen Towers DLC that you can get Fugs at the last boss. Spoiler alert. Fume Ultra Greatsword, probably the best weapon in the game. Burst Strength, I would say, probably. Especially if you're not carrying a shield, because I think it does really good block. But all of the DLCs are just as long and bloated as the base game. And I'm not a huge fan of any of them. But I do think the ice one is kind of cool, and I think the Ash Tower DLC is kind of cool. And I think the one with this, I want to say Snake Lady / Dragon one, maybe kind of sucks. I don't know. It's probably fine. I think it's probably okay. And here's Aldia being annoying as shit as usual. Don't care what you have to say. I don't remember what you have to say about the lore, the story, or your exposition dumping on me. I don't know. I'm pretty sure if you say yes or no, it doesn't matter. Audio is a thing in this game. So yeah, the DLC in this game kind of sucks in comparison to Dark Souls 1 DLC, which is really good, and Dark Souls 3 DLC, which is amazing. Did we light this? Aldia almost made me forget to light the bonfire. How silly and embarrassing would that have been? We should definitely go level up. And we should definitely do that. Before we do that though, let's just try something crazy. So 108.6 versus 87. I mean, we can all agree that that's faster, right? That's faster. And I think part of the cue for that is the sound that it makes. Yeah, that's 100%. That's so much faster. The sound is a cue. I should be using the sound. Yes. There's a break point in there. There's a break point. Shoot, man. Maybe 100 is the break point. No, it's not, because 100.6, there's no sound. The sound is a cue that I've been ignoring. The sound is a cue. All right, that's actually, now that I have remembered / recognized that. Now 102.3 makes the noise. But 102.3 makes that noise. And 100 makes that noise. And now 97.8 is making that noise. Didn't we just see, though, that 100... Okay, all right. 100, yeah, so... 98.3 makes that noise. $96.8 makes that noise. Okay. Ah, shoot. Now I'm all thrown off again. 83.1 makes that noise. Okay, all right. Never mind. I thought I was onto something. The sound just, it's just when you're, it's when you're above 70. The sound is when you're above 70, okay? Which we all knew that 70 was a break point. Oh my God. It's so annoying. The sound is only cueing us for the roll. That's all it's doing. I'm so disappointed. I thought I discovered something, but I didn't. Dude, I swear there's like a ton of movement noise. Speaking of movement noise, for my mic this episode, it's driving me crazy. Let me check on the party. We're still in a party. That's nice. I'm just listening to my sound right now. In real life, not the Dark Souls movement noises. I'm listening to these chords. These chords drive me insane for this new streaming setup. I love this new streaming setup, but the chords just drive me absolutely bonkers. It's almost 6 p.m. We should probably call it here. I feel like I feel like we made a lot of progress. We're pushing this to 50. That's what we're doing. We're pushing this to 50, and then we can push intelligence, I guess, and faith. Or maybe we should maybe we should go attunement first, so that we can get that agility from 86 up to 100. Which at 30 attunement, we probably won't get it all the way up. So maybe then we'll put like a couple points into adaptability. I don't know. I don't know. Don't waste my time. Okay. You got any chunks? You still don't. You still have nothing. That is so annoying. You're supposed to be the rock seller. You're supposed to sell me the rocks that I can use for my stuff. All right, let's see what we can do here. Still missing that chunk, which we will be missing for the rest of time. And we have no twinkling, and we can't upgrade that. Great. Okay, that's great. And we don't care about our pyro glove because I don't think that increasing the pyro glove does anything for the buff, the weapon buff. I'm pretty sure. At least I'm pretty sure. I mean, that's what I was like reading. And then, yeah, why not? We're just gonna, dude, just gonna start buying a ton of these things, I guess. Am I right? And you know, with our last 191 souls, let me see if I'm stocked up on arrows, because that's just the kind of guy that I am. We're almost there. Yeah, okay. So, in our next episode, we're going to take on the... That's an area that I neglected. That's a bonfire in the Bastille, or maybe in the woods or something that I neglected. And these are all DLC bonfires. And this is probably, I guess, the next one. I don't know. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. It's been real. Check it out. This is going on YouTube. Tell me your thoughts about equip load and anything else that we talked about. All right. Take it easy.